Tony was first introduced to the legend of the Hawkhurst Gang by a poster on the wall of a fish restaurant hidden away in the town of Rye in the county of Sussex. At the time, he had no idea how this particular story would grip him in the way that it did, but his fascination with it led him to write a screenplay. Just imagine from Calais on the north coast of France the smuggling of contraband across the Channel to the Kent and Sussex coast, then being offloaded into rowing boats, and our well-organised Hawkhurst gang taking up the challenge to avoid the customs men from King George's treasury. We start this true tale at Gowthurst, where the people of the town were threatened and badly beaten if anyone made their bitter feelings known about the use of the tub pond in the town centre for storing barrels of rum. The rum was hidden in the pond to be later sold to all and sundry. The ruthless gang, led by brothers Tom and George Kingsmill, ruled with an iron fist, and for that period were the law in the surrounding villages and small towns. Nothing went on that these brothers didn't know about, and they had their spies everywhere. The king's own troops were dispatched with unheard-of savagery, maimed or killed by the gang's top henchman, Farewell. Folklore has it that the Hawkhurst gang would sit drinking in the Star and Eagle Tavern right next to St Mary's Church, with flintlocks on the tables and cutlasses at the ready. All this went on in broad daylight. They had no fear from anything or anyone. Now enter one William Sturt, ex-corporal of His Majesty's finest, to find his hometown overrun by these cutthroats. Sturt makes off to the church to talk with the people of Gowthurst and the surrounding villages. Together, they formed a militia to take back the town, starting at the church. Their plans were well underway, but news of what they were doing was passed back to the Kingsmill brothers via a spy. Thomas Kingsmill sent a message to William Sturt and the townspeople, saying that the Hawkhurst gang would, on the 20th of April 1747, burn and kill everyone in the town of Gowthurst. Thomas Kingsmill reportedly said that he would personally cut out and eat William Sturt's heart for good measure, as a warning to others. William Sturt went about training the men of Gowthurst in readiness. They fortified the church and the Star and Eagle Tavern. In addition, he had his own people watching the main road into the town by way of Hawkhurst, and they had a clear view across St Mary's Cemetery where the battle took place. Oh, what a battle it was! Among the men killed that day was George Kingsmill, Tom's brother, who, as legend has it, was buried in a grave with a skull and crossbones carved into the headstone. Most of the remaining members of the Hawkhurst gang scattered across the Weald of Kent and Sussex, trying to get back home to their families. Thomas Kingsmill and his right-hand man Farewell were captured, tried and hung. Thomas was put in a gibbet and left hanging at the gore in Gowthurst, just on the approach to the town. Farewell was also put in a gibbet at Horsmondon, his hometown, as a warning to others of criminal intent. The last thing to point out is this. King George had his armies fighting all over the world to bring revenue to the crown, but for that short period in history, the Kent and Sussex coast was unprotected and at the mercy of invasion, in particular from the French.